Star Wars Skeleton Crew is on its way, but this time a day sooner. That's right, December 2nd is the brand new premiere date, and we had an opportunity to sit and talk with Tunde Adebeimpe. He's here to talk with us about his character Wendell and everything that's going on, and here's what he had to say. Check it out. Talk to me about how exciting that is for you to actually be in the Star Wars universe, because it doesn't come around often, but when you get it, how does that feel?
Feels amazing. It feels it, it feels pretty surreal because I've been a Star Wars fan, I would say lifelong. And that's I think lifelong is true. I think before I could even understand what was happening on screen, my dad and older brother had me in front of a Star Wars movie. So it's a real honor to be part of this line of storytelling that I've loved and so beloved by so many people. And it's just straight up weird. I remember like it was really every day on set. I was pinching myself a bit, because you're with the best production designers and set designers and special effects, people call them wizards in the world. I was kind of hanging out with them a lot because I came up as an animator and wanted to do special effects, so it was this double thing of when they would call cut and I would go talk to John Knoll from ILM for a while. I'd be like, so in this, what happened here? And how did you guys do that? So an incredible honor and a treat. And I realized what a rare thing it is. I really appreciated being a part of it. Absolutely.
So I want to talk more about your character, Wendell, the dad of our main character, Wim. Talk to me about that relationship because we get a little glimpse of it in the trailer. It seems like he's a tough cookie. Tell me about Wendell and his
Yeah,
relationship.
he is a very strict and stern father who just wants the best for his son, who like a lot of kids, his son does not care about any of that. And he's trying to drive home the point that things will be better and easier for him if he takes this kind of more staid and steady path of finding taking this assessment test and finding an occupation that's that'll put him in a good position in the society. So Wendell is a very protective father, and it's a protection that's it's, as you can see with many protective parents, it's born out of a deep love, and you're afraid for your kid in the world. So you want the best from them. But yeah, he's a lot like my dad, who was sort of like, don't mess up. Was his the ground floor. I said, Dad, I'm going to be an artist. He's like, no, just don't mess up. Don't do it. Don't mess up.
The things you're telling me really speak to the tone of this series. It sounds very different from anything we've gotten in Star Wars. Talk to me about that tone, and this seems like there's more family dynamic, uh, in building around that, and not so just science fictiony, but it seems like there's going to be some real moral stories. Talk to me about the collaboration and making that more realistic and authentic.
Well, I believe when John Watts pitched this to basically to the Lucasfilm, the Star Wars folks, he pitched it as Goonies in the Star Wars world, and I feel like it very much has that. It's not exactly that, but it has so much of that flavor of the old Amblin films from that time, like Goonies and E.T., which are science fiction films with a very grounded, real, kind of family centric stories where these families, these kids. It's a story about the interaction between the not the humans, but these families, and it's couched in this magnificent science fiction world. But it's very much just about like from the parents' end wanting to protect the kids, and from the kids' end, they're off in this amazing adventure, and maybe they're concerned about the parents, but they're very busy with what they're doing. um, but it's very grounded. It's very um, it's the kind of, I feel like the heart element of the story is one that you'd find in those sorts of movies. Yeah.
And I was going to wrap it up with this last question because I know you got to
Sure.
go. Your on-screen relationship with Ravi. I know you've been in the industry for a very long time, and these are like essentially new kids coming up in this industry. Any teachable moments between you and him, either or, from him to you or you to him?
I mean, the funny thing was, I feel like me again saying like I've been a Star Wars fan my entire life, and he's definitely a Star Wars fan, for a very long time. I feel like we met each other at the same exact place where, while we were in the roles. Also, just in terms of like, we hung out. We hung out a bunch, like in a trailer and da 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 da. He's a great, great, great person and such a joy to work with. Um, Joked around a lot, but it kind of, just felt like in a lot of ways messing around with a friend in the Star Wars world, which was very cool. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like the child came out of you on set a lot, and
Yeah, I think it's always there. It's just got a lot of gray hairs now.
so
But
they
yeah,
want to. You all make sure you're checking out Star Wars: The Skeleton Crew December 2nd, streaming only on Disney Plus.